Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Once again, it's Swift.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
They enter play one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
On play action, here's Williams. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Etienne.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 5. Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. They'll run with Etienne.
Now he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Doug Peterson going to roll the dice here. They will go for it on 4th down.
Hey, Ryan!
Going for it, here's Etienne.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Bears will get the football back. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
The Bears at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Cole Kmet, the intended receiver.
That'll bring up second down.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
They enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, but it's fourth down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 20. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around.
Second and 10.
Hey, Lion!
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. This defense for the Bears, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Lawrence. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Sliding out of the pocket.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
You're not liking the look. They'll change the play. Here's Williams. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Red on red. Easy. Here we go.
Now Lawrence to throw.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Great job. Hey, easy. Route. Silver.
Lawrence will throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
And the Bears are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
We're scoreless after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
Dancing to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. This is Thomas. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They go play action with Lawrence. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 51 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more.
There. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
That was a really nice play. Able to... one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
He filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1 yard gain. Here's Lawrence. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This is 2nd and 8.
Let's go now.
From the gun, here's Williams. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon, as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Hey, Lion.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Looking long for Thomas.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 41.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To throw, it's Williams.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
A lot of great quarterbacks from USC. Here's another one. The rookie's got a first down. Moore, the motion man. Off the play fake, it's Williams.
Rolling to his right.
Give him another one right back to Allen.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Moore, the man in motion. Going quickly out wide to Moore. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Williams going to look to throw again.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Santos' kick is up and through, and we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Now Lawrence.
And that's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They'll go play action here with Williams.
And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Williams.
Looking left side. And he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
On the return is Jones. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Allen, the man in motion right.
Throwing is Williams.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
To the air, Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Let's go. Pass the 60. Pass the 60.
They run out of the gun with Swift. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago! DeAndre Swift, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. Bigsby once more. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for him on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Stuffing him behind the line there. That's Deion Henley. Really nice play.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
To throw, Williams.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
That is Josh Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Williams. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Jaguars are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Moore, the man in motion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's the rookie from Washington, Rome Odunze. Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Chicago!
Rome Odunze.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bears are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present, making plays, and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And this one fielded in the end zone. It won't be returned, so it'll come out to the 30.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Lawrence.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, run! Hey, kill!
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And now here's another interception. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here's Williams. Throw right side, taken in by Odunze.
His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Throwing again here, Williams.
They'll roll him out right.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Jags are going to get the football back at their own 17.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, Lion.
Lawrence will throw.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it.
And the Jaguars are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And
now here's another interception.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35.
With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
He's into space past the 25. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards. And you get the sense, as I'm sure they got the sense, they might have picked up a good one here. Maybe a little diamond in the rough via trade.
Maybe just need a change in scenery, a new city, maybe different motivation, but they believe they've got a good one.
Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. 2nd and 14. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Andre Cisco.
And the Jags are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Bears are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. Oh, that held up there a long time, but it falls innocently and incomplete.
They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, easy. Route.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
11, again.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for the Bears, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars,